a ball on a screenplay. Smart play. Get out of that. Get out of the negative plays. I think basically if you're a Bears fan, it's been a rough camp. It's a new system, a new coach. It hasn't been pretty. Even at Friday's practice, there were false starts. It was a bit ugly, so it's a big sigh of relief. There's a new system. Caleb likes to freelance. His coach doesn't not necessarily want that from his quarterback. So last night, Caleb Williams actually looked a little bit like Jared Goff. He quarterbacked like Jared Goff. He dirted the ball on screens. He got rid of and out of trouble. No negative plays. When he had a guy open, he hit him. Now, we know he's not Jared Goff. I honestly feel like Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, and you'll see this sometimes where you'll see a crazy talented artist marries an accountant. And it's not ever perfect. That doesn't mean it can't work. I mean, Andy Reid is a creative. Mahomes is a creative. That's perfect. I think Sean Payton feels like Bo Nix can run my play, but he can also run on his own. That feels perfect. Ben Johnson, I feel he's got a little bit of Kyle Shanahan. Run my play. And Kyle Shanahan's great. But you're going to have to let Caleb breathe. So to me, this whole relationship is about, because we know that Ben Johnson is going to win the first several arguments in this. Ben Johnson's a new coach. It's not a rich ownership group. They're not flushing him out. Caleb struggled his first year. So Ben comes in with leverage. But offensive coaches, and Andy Reid would tell you this, when you get somebody as gifted as Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Caleb Williams with that kind of horsepower, with that kind of firepower, it is your job as a coach to figure out how to maximize all that amazing clay. All you need, because I think Caleb's got a little Brett Favre, all you need is for that player, Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, Brett Favre, to be amenable to throwing on time and on schedule and avoiding negative plays. I don't care how gifted you are. Josh Allen's not great if he's not on time, if he's not on schedule, and there's negative plays. Last year, Caleb was none of those consistently. So you don't have to be a perfect fit with Ben Johnson. But nobody succeeds in this league running around. It's not high school or college. Defensive ends here run 4.55s. They can catch you, and they'll punish you. And they'll lean on you and sit on you and drive you into the ground, whether it's legal or not, and you won't play long. Go ask Lamar Jackson, who suddenly in year 2 and 3 put on weight. Go ask Michael Vick, who started staying in the pocket. I think Caleb Williams' comp, when I watch him, is a little Brett Favre. You got to let him be a little bit of a gunslinger. You got to let him be himself. But Brett Favre mostly played on time, played on schedule. He threw a lot of bad picks. Favre threw a lot of bad picks. You could get away with that in Favre's era. I think offensive coaching is smarter. I think turnovers are more punitive. So I think this is a marriage stylistically that is not perfect. But I know Caleb. I like Caleb. I think he's coachable. But it may never be. It may never be Stafford and McVay, or Reid and Mahomes, or John Harbaugh and Lamar, or it just feels like what a good marriage. I don't know if this ever will be, but what you saw was a glimpse of what it can be.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know Colin Cowherd was one of those who's been very critical of Caleb Williams. You know, you're the number one pick. It comes with it. Personally, I mess with Colin. I think he's a real good debater. I don't agree with all his takes, but I think he's the type who can debate and back up all his points with facts and evidence, you know, that make you think, okay, it's at least capable of an argument. He absolutely got smoked by Nicholas, right? Shout outs to Nick riding with the gang. But nonetheless, I mess with Colin Cowherd, bro, because he's a good debater. You know, love him or hate him, you got to give him that, at least in my opinion. But as for his takes, I mean, Ben came from Jared Goff. Obviously, they're two totally different quarterbacks. Goff ain't touching Caleb Williams talent-wise, not close. We're not even going to entertain that. But Goff is one of those few quarterbacks left who strictly a pocket guy that has made it. He's a top 10, top 15 QB at worst. You know, and he didn't go number one on accident. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Jared. He get a lot of hate. But the man can ball out. But Caleb can do what he can do, except he has a better arm talent, and he can use his legs. So Ben can do a lot more with a guy like Caleb Williams. So to that comparison, but Jared is the epitome, getting the ball out quick, 70% completion percentage. That's Ben. That's what he wants. So he's going to work with Caleb until he get it. He won't be satisfied until he reached that, which Caleb probably won't get a 70% completion. He's probably not going to do that. He's not the Jared Goff, the Drew Brees type quarterback. So he's probably not going to do that to that level, but we'll see. Hopefully so. I want to do everything, break all the records. So that's that for the Jared Goff, Caleb Williams comparison. It's the same coach, so it got to look similar. As for Brett Favre, Hall of Fame quarterback, but y'all know he was a gunslinger. You had to live and die with his decisions, which we had one of our own. But y'all know how that panned out. Y'all know we had to take the good with the bad as well. Minus the winning, Cutler was just like Brett Favre. Trusted his arm, could get rid of it. And he's saying Caleb is a lot like that. Or obviously, Caleb only threw 6 interceptions, so hopefully he stays a low interception type of guy. The QB over there in Green Bay has been a double-digit interception guy both years. A lot of Packers fans say on one end, he's like Rodgers. On the other end, he's like Favre. He's a little bit of both. They got spoiled with the best of both worlds now. So the Caleb and Brett Favre comparison, Caleb's going to make those throws. He's going to put it in the tight windows. He's going to make them where it's like, ooh, was that pick? Ooh, nice throw. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that to that extent. He's going to trust his arm, going to trust this guy. But I don't know. I think he got a lot of Aaron Rodgers in him. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes. He liked Matt Stafford a lot coming up. That was his guy. So, Caleb has a lot of these guys mixed in one, So we're going to see. But it's an interesting take from Kyle Cowherd. What y'all think? Do y'all feel more Jared Goff, or do y'all feel Brett Favre? Do y'all see any of these? Well, do y'all see the comparison could be, as far as the offense? Brett Favre, do y'all see that comparison at all? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and we out.